Hey guys, how's it going? Captain Foley is here, as per your requests. I'm just kidding, nobody requested this. But I'm back from LA, and it's time to do a first reaction to this Season 4, Episode 9, The Inner Fight. And we're going to do that right now, because this is the way. All right. Well, I didn't want to do that. Let's change that to that. There we go. I hate this new YouTube setup. Sucks. All right. So, hello everybody. BJ's already thrown in $1. Thank you so much. How was California? Fucking phenomenal. It was a great trip. I got so much to tell you guys about the trip, and definitely looking forward to doing that. And you guys get to see the Captain's Log video of that, not this Wednesday, but a week from this Wednesday. So that's on the Captain Foley personal channel. So yes, I'm back, and yeah, had a great time. What the hell just fell? Oh, okay, nothing important. So anyway, I missed some lower decks while I was gone, and now's the time we're going to talk about it. So, yeah, the musical cues, as BJ was saying, from TOS, Empire Strikes Back, and Search for Spock. Definitely some Star Wars inspired themes here, which I thought was kind of funny. The guys at the planet, the officers looked very Imperial-like. And then, ironically, this episode dropped on the same day that while I was in California, I was at Galaxy's Edge in Batu, Black Spire Outpost. And it's funny because where the bar is, Muds, looks exactly like the commerce area of Batu. So I thought that was kind of fun. And it definitely had some Star Wars-esque things to it, like the bounty hunter thing, even the ship that the shuttle that brought them in, very much Star Wars inspired, which was kind of great. Also love the puppet, well, not the puppet, from the Corbomite maneuver. That was fantastic as well to have that thrown in, and a returning character in Nick Locarno, which is of course played by Neil. I can't remember. I don't tip my tongue. Robert Duncan McNeil, that's it. Oh my God, Tom Paris. And getting the whole backstory of Mariner kind of went through the academy with these guys was very neat. And she was friends with the chick that died in that original Lower Decks episode. It was a nice little tie-in. And it doesn't explain to me at all why Mariner is the way she is, even though it's supposed to be cathartic. It doesn't work for me because it's like, well, if Ensign was okay for her, it's okay for me. Ensign wasn't okay for her. She definitely wanted to get promoted. I can guarantee you that. So it makes no sense. It's just kind of stupid. But at the same time, tying it into the original Lower Decks TNG episode was kind of a fantastic idea. And again, Mike McMahon is doing his awesome work as usual to do so, and I thought it was kind of interesting to have that tie-in. Was it needed? No, but to then watch that episode now and know that they were friends with Mariner, I think is a nice little touch. It kind of adds to the universe, and it's nice. Did find out that the crews were not being killed, of course. They were being put on this planet to fight each other. Oh, going back to the Star Wars things, the bunker, the transmitter that was on the planet, very, very much like the bunker from Return of the Jedi that Han Solo and those guys, the strike team, blew up. So that was nice. Even the doors were the same style. It was just everything about it was pretty much the same, and that's neat. I like that. Again, pulling some Star Wars into our Star Trek. Classic for real. First question: is Robert Duncan McNeil going to end up talking to Robert Duncan McNeil? That'd be a good. That'd be a good thing to do. I would love for them to do that. Actually, yeah. Olivia Julius throws in $5. Thank you so much, Olivia. Poisonous skins, acid shots, and makes your eyes pop out of your head. Glad to see that Fleet Paw was featured in the Lower Decks episode. Oh, let's see, that wasn't nice. What's up with that? Eric Martin says, I'm awake, but you have to restart my phone. I have to restart my phone to super chat. Okay, Eric, I'll believe you. The Cerritos went to Galaxy's Edge, yes. Classic for real. Did Quark get the idea to franchise from Mud then? Possibly. Possibly. The Stanleys. I thought the guy in the suit was going to be Nick, not Billups. Yeah. Fleet Paw's here, of course. John Walker is here. Sorry, Cap. My card got hit with fraud alert because I tried to send you too much money. LOL. Going to be a lurker till next week. No problem. Just clear it with the company, the credit card company or whatever. Just say that you occasionally super chat. It's happened to a few people. So. BJ, did the Cerritos, did you visit Cerritos, California? It's in the LA basin. Did not. We considered it at one point, but it just wouldn't fit into the schedule. So, Sturm Von Alk, did you get your Tomy? If yes, let's see it. No, you were doing an unboxing review. I did get it technically. It's at my friend's place in Michigan. I have to arrange to go pick it up. Unfortunately, he's busy this weekend and possibly the next weekend. So I don't know. It is kind of time sensitive that I do a review of it and get it in my possession. So we're working on it. It's not that far of a drive. It's just having to arrange a time where we can hang out with him and visit and actually have time to go down. So unfortunately, yeah, it'll be soon-ish. Yes, I did get it. It's not here physically in my presence though. So, but it has arrived, and it will get here as soon as it's able to. So there you go. Why isn't Mariner more pissed off at Picard like Sisko was in Emissary Part 1? I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe she is. John Walker, the Culvert starburst patch on his chest, deep cut. The Culverts. Oh. Ha. Yeah. Kyle Swinderman, so no one predicted Nick being the person behind it. There's no indication of that. Why would you even consider that? Joseph says also the signal outpost that they used also looked like the Return of the Jedi bunker. Yes. Sidewire, it would be funny if Nick was angry for how people forgave Tom Paris and not him. That might be the case. You never know. Never mind. Yeah. Orlandian Productions. With the TNG tie-in, that raises the question, how old is Mariner? Well, TNG wasn't that long ago. But yeah, it does raise the question. The Stanleys. I think Beckett having a close friend die, then have the Dominion War, more death took a toll on her. Sure. Open the blast doors. The same thing happened to me the first time I gave super chats to Trekyards. Says classics for real. Jeremy JK. I've lived in Cerritos. Unless you like good Chinese food, like an expensive mall, or go to community college, it's not much to see. Oh, we do like Chinese food. Not really expensive malls though. So. The Stanleys, where Beckett didn't want to be in a position where she might have to deal with loss again. No, she said she didn't want to be in a position where she's ordering her friends to their death. Eric Martin, $5. Since Star Trek is full of overachiever types, I think Lower Decks likes showing a bunch of screw ups as an ongoing gag. Yeah, for sure. Olivia Julius, $5. I'm planning to go to Las Vegas next year. I'm going to get a TOS uniform. Oh man, now we got to cancel our trip. We already have the tickets for Vegas Con got scooped up. We already have the rooms. But now that Olivia's going, I don't know if I want to go. Way to ruin a perfectly good trip, Olivia. I'm just kidding. It'd be great to see you there. But yeah, that's the plan. Going to Vegas next year. It is our 10-year anniversary for Trekyards next year, and we're gonna have some meet and greets, and definitely one in Vegas for sure. So yeah, if you can make it, please do. BJ said on musical cues when they are in the tree until Lynn finishes scanning and says there's a classic musical cue from TOS as they look out to the campfires. Classic for real. Oh yeah, is this the first time Lower Decks actually references Lower Decks? Yes. Kyle Swinderman, I agree with you that the backstory doesn't justify Mariner acting the way she does. Thank you, sir. Paul Hitchcock, Orlandian Productions. Mariner should be in her early 30s. Yes. Smart Smears. Now that the season is almost done, how does it compare to older ones? Obviously better than season 1, but season 2 is still the peak. I remember season 1 being really good. Season 2 was good. I wish there would have been a movie type episode in this one, like there has been in some of the other seasons. But yeah, I don't know. I think it stands up pretty good, honestly. I don't know. I'd have to review all the other seasons and see where it would fall in that lineup. But that's a good question. Kashink says it was a good episode. It was a good episode. Kyle Swinderman, never heard back from Sam about uniform tips, so I'm looking for some options. Olivia, let me know if you find any good ones. Yeah, I saw both your emails to Sam, and I'm sorry he hasn't got back to you. It happens sometimes. I will mention it to him and see if he can figure out the time to get back to you. I apologize, but you're sending them to the right place. We are getting them. Just send another one. That's what I would suggest, Kyle. BJ, it's hard to pick up Cerritos from Google aerial images. It blends in with the continuous urban sprawl of South California. SoCal. John Walker, I told you the mystery ship had some basic outline as the Delta Flyer, hinting at the connection to Locarno the whole time to the Tom Paris connection. Sure. Interesting take on it. But it's still, he's not responsible for the mystery ship. So that's somebody else that's working with the Klingons. We still don't know who that is. So, I mean, maybe it's him. Maybe Mariner woke up on the mystery ship. I don't know. Because we still don't know. No, we do know. He is on the mystery ship. Actually, with the way that ended. Okay, I'll give you that one then. I'm Emperor Shao Kahn, ruler of Underworld. Hello. Welcome. Ozzy says, Miss Olivia, going to get the commander drunk in Vegas. Classic for real. Mariner shouldn't be in her 30s yet. Forgets that Bones lived to be like 150 or something. John Walker says, sorry, beer night, LOL, I talk stuff. That's okay. Olivia, $10. In this episode, everyone has to be warned that Mariner fought in battles. Kind of weird. You were in the Changeling Wars. You were in the Pakled battle. You were in the Cardassian War. Not that they were in the war. They kind of mentioned specific. I think they mentioned one or two specific battles. It's like, you were there? Oh my God. But yeah. Kyle Swinderman, no worries. Ha ha ha. Not a big deal, Captain. I appreciate you guys no matter what. Yeah, he's not ignoring you. He's just Sam. It's the best explanation I have. Sorry. Peter Lukaku, $10. Welcome back to Canada Cap. Way to give it to Lower Decks to mess up Paris' next situation, since they basically have the same story, but TNG wouldn't let it go. They do have the same backstory. I wish there would be something more to that, but Cal Swinderman, I don't think Nick is the kingpin at all. Rather, a pawn in it. I would agree. I would agree with that. Olivia Julius, $2. If you don't want me in Las Vegas, just tell me. I never said that. I was joking. SFX, Sabertooth Raptor. Question. In your vast knowledge, is the Delta type 22nd century starship the Neptune class, or is it the Intrepid type? The Delta type 22nd century starship. Oh, the Delta shaped one? Yeah, it is the Intrepid class. If it's the one I think you're talking about. BJ says the Klingon captain seems younger than Mariner. He missed out on the Dominion War, apparently. Was he like Pike and the Enterprise station guarding the Empire borders far from the war? Maybe? I don't know. It did seem like he did miss out on it, so yeah. Neil Hammersmith, so what are the approximate ages of the lower deckers? Anywhere from 26 to 32 or 34, we thought, so. John Walker, Nick Locarno, and Tom Paris are transporter clones born to Admiral Paris. That's why Locarno is same but different. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. It's a they swept it under the rug. They hid the fact that they had a transporter clone. That's fine. Classic for real. Yeah, I was in the Dominion War. I was based at Earth the whole time, but I was in Starfleet during the Dominion War, so it counts. Ozzy, Bones was 127 years old, guys, when he met Data on the D in the pilot. I don't think he was 127. I think he was 130 something. 137. Might have been 127. My brain is not working. I'm still a little bit tired from the trip, so I apologize. Classic for real. Keep teasing Olivia about Vegas so she keeps giving super chats. Classic for real said, dang, I want to say that same theory too. Fleet Paw, the Warp Delta from Enterprise is the Ganges class. It's not, though. Maybe we're thinking about a different ship, but okay. Stern Von Alk, isn't the Klingon captain the one who was a lower decker and took over command of the ship? Possibly, yes, actually. I like how he kills the Klingon captain. It's like, this is my ship. He's got just blood like dripping down his face. Kyle Swinderman, maybe they'll say Nick is like the Mirror Universe version of Paris or something, or they'll never address it. I don't think they'll address it, honestly. Well, unless he meets Boimler, Boimler's going to be like, wow, you look a lot like Tom Paris. Mark Lawrence throws in $20. Love that Locarno wasn't forgotten and now reused. And Robert Duncan McNeil got to reprise the role. Was also thinking that it worked out that Wednesday you didn't go to Vasquez Rocks in the morning. Weather sucked until afternoon. Yeah, it actually did work out perfectly fine. We decided to do that Friday after we visited Doug Drexler, and it was a beautiful day. So yeah, absolutely. The trip went beautifully. We checked off everything we wanted to do, and it was great. Like I said, there's a Captain's Log video coming out about the trip on the Captain Foley personal channel, not this Wednesday, but a week from this Wednesday. So I suggest you check it out, or make sure you're subscribed at least so you can watch it if you want to. Lots of things happened. It was a great trip, and got to see and meet some really interesting people. Hanging out there in Waldkey on our first night there, and he wanted to do an impromptu live, just a couple minutes, so we fired up the live generator, went on live, and a couple of you made it for that, so thank you. He thought that was hilarious, and it was a good time, so thank you. Eric Martin, Mariner was vacuuming outside of the Kobayashi Maru simulator during the Dominion War. Chuck A, I'll be at STLV. It was great to see everyone there. Who is going? I am. Olivia puts in $2. I'm north of LA now, so you got out just in time. Yeah. Well, I don't even think if we were still there, we'd be able to meet up. I don't know if you can deviate from your route or whatever, so. Bird of Prey 5. McCoy was 137 in Encounter at Farpoint. Bird of Prey, good to see you, man. Hope you are feeling well. Hope you're doing well, sir. 137. That's what I thought. I did say that. Ozzy was off by 10 years. He said 127. So, thank you, Bird of Prey 5. Should have known that you would know, but I didn't know you were here. So, welcome. Classic for real. Yeah, let's remember Ma'a killed a guy with his bare hands in front of a bunch of Starfleet types. Paul Hitchcock. I always liked Duncan McNeil's explanation for the difference between Locarno and Paris. Locarno was a bad guy who thought he was good. Paris was a good guy who thought he was bad. Accurate. The Stanleys. So does Tendi know every Orion? No, but they know her. That's the point. She is the mistress of the Winter Constellation, a big deal in the Orion Syndicate. Her family is a big deal. She is known by every Orion. So every Orion knows her. She doesn't know every Orion. Difference. Chuck A. I was at Vasquez Rocks twice this year on 2 LA trips. Nice. Kyle Swinderman. Speaking of LA, any updates on the Playmates Protostar? No spoilers from your captain's log, of course. Well, I asked Aaron specifically about that, and he said that it still looks good that there will be a Protostar from Playmates, but it depended on sales of their other toys, their other Lower Decks toys, which we know the figures I don't think sold very well. That being said, I still haven't got mine, which I pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store because apparently they were out when I ordered them, and I haven't heard anything about that. I should look into that. So, yes, I believe there's still a prototype out there, and hopefully they will make it. They might be waiting to see what the how the TOS Enterprise and the Enterprise D sales go. I don't know. I don't know. Olivia posted my Captain Foley personal channel, so go make sure you're subscribed so you should check out the video when it comes out. Terrence Child, sorry that I'm late. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, Terrence. Sturm Von Alk, I've never been to Star Trek Las Vegas. Will be unemployed until it rolls around, when it rolls around. So my schedule should be clear. I'm guessing it would be worth going. It is. I've been to 2. I was in 2013 and 2019, and they were both fantastic. That being said, I haven't been there since Creation lost the Star Trek license. So the last 2 have been unlicensed, and it looks a little different as a result, but it's still pretty good. But the main sell is that you're in Vegas. Go do Vegas things. Peter Lukaku, I'll be at STLV next year. Hopefully we'll see you guys. I'm sure you will. Staying at the Aria. Chuck A said, I've talked to Robbie McNeil before at STLV 2016. The Stanleys, Tendi called the Orion captain by name. But then she does know her. But she doesn't know every Orion. She's just familiar with this one, if that's the way you want to look at it. She is so famous, she is infamous. Philip Gaming is here. Good to see you, my Vulcan friend. Smart Smears. Ma'au was great in the episode. Happy to see the Klingon from Weej Dooge. We're able to get some love now, too. I didn't realize it was the same guy, so that's cool. Terrence Childs. Why is there no Starship Prometheus class model? I would love to have one of those. There is, from Eagle Moss. Kyle Swinderman. That's strange. You haven't gotten yours yet. I ordered mine a month ago on Amazon and got them in like 2 days. I know, right? I ordered mine through Big Bad Toy Stores as a pre-order and haven't heard anything. I don't know if they're not restocking them or what the situation is. Peter Lukaku. Seen a lot of Enterprise Tommy build videos. Seems like the saucer can be held to the secondary hull without the saucer mounts. Oh, without the stand. Yeah, you don't need the stand necessarily. So that's good. And they're not builds. You just screw on the saucer. That's all you have to do to. It's not a build. It's just attaching the segment that should come off because it's got saucer separation. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people displaying it without the saucer stand. I'll probably do the same. We'll see. Chuck A says STLV is still great. Fleet Paw, happy they gave Billups something to do in this episode. Yeah, Billups was great. Very Mandalorian too, with taking the helmet off me like, oh, it's really hot in those full head helmets. Chuck A, head of vendors table at STLV, awesome convention. Sweet. I think the vendors will be better because before, when it was officially licensed, I think they had the vendor situation was more strict. You had to be like a licensed vendor. So it's the vendors room is probably better now that it's not a licensed event. But again, I could be wrong about that. Fleet Paw, happy they gave Billups something to do. Oh yes, that's right. Just read that one, man. Classic for real. I can't wait for the episode where the B plot is Tendi talking about how she doesn't really know every Orion. Then they got back to Orion when Tendi calls out the entire population by name. Kyle Swinderman, I'm close to pulling the trigger on almost 1,000K order for Master Replicas to catch up on the ships I want for my new display. I'm making, should I or shouldn't I? Do it. Do it. Or don't. If you can't afford it and won't be able to pay your bills, then definitely don't. But if you can afford it, there's no reason not to do it. You'd be silly not to do it. Cal Swinderman, also, are we afraid that the Tomy will warp or break over time? The saucer support? Yeah, they're worried about that. So, and also the stand that it sits on, the secondary hull sits on, they're worried that it's going to put pressure on that as well and maybe crack that plastic over time. So the supports for the saucer are there as a secondary just in case. But a lot of people are not going to want to display it with those saucer supports. But if anything else breaks on it, I don't think they're worried about the structural integrity of the neck where the saucer attaches. But I think they're worried more about the stand or the possibility that because it just kind of sits on the stand. I don't know if it plugs in or not because I haven't actually got mine. But I don't know if it's going to like just from the weight like maybe fall off. I don't know. We'll have to see. Stern Von said, saw one post where the deflector assembly was difficult to put on. OP said when the battery dies, probably won't be able to get it off. Well, we'll have to see about that too. Chuck A said, still licensed items only for the vendor's room. Okay, cool. Classic for real. Anyway, what do you think of We Travel by Night? In my honest opinion, this production values the kind of choices scream aging British Gen Xers, but We Travel by Night, I haven't seen it. John Walker, sorry if off topic, but was watching Enterprise earlier and I'm pretty sure I saw the Breen, probably twice, but not 100% sure. Which episode? In what context? Were they just background characters? I don't know. Peter the Caco, trips are always nice, but how great is it to get back home to your own bed? Yes. I always get homesick after a few days, and traveling for me it's a double-edged sword. I think it is for a lot of people. This time it was better because I was with Sylvia. A lot of times when I'm traveling on my own or, I really miss Sylvia. So this time having her with me was awesome for multiple reasons. Yeah, it was great. She's in a lot of the video. She's lots of pictures of her and I together. So it was a fantastic trip in that regard. Yeah, I did start missing the dogs, the poochies, and of course your own bed. Yeah, obviously. So it was nice to finally get home. It was a good feeling, but such a good trip. It was so epic. Fleet Pass said, that's okay. You're tired, I'm tired, and we're all happy. I did some preemptive car shopping in case mine gets written off. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry to hear about that. But at least you're fine. Mateo Vincent, man, I'm old. Last Star Trek Vegas Con was when the Deep Space Nine structure was up. Okay, I'm in for next year. Good. Eric Martin, I hear Axanar will be finished and released at San Diego Comic Con next summer. We shall see. Axanar is not going to have a Comic Con release. That's silly. Where'd you hear that from? That's a bunch of bullshit, I think. Kyle Swinderman, I also saw that on the Tomy that they recommend you remove your batteries when displayed because there's no off switch, which is kind of a bummer as well. I'll talk about that in another live where we're talking specifically about the Tomy Enterprise. I'll have it in front of me or something and have the camera set up so we can talk about it and look at it, and we'll see. Axanar is dead. Please don't bring it up again. Yep. Kyle Swinderman, maybe there's a possibility to create your own stand for it. Oh, absolutely. I'm sure people will. I'm not that talented at just making stuff, but I'm sure people will do that. I'm sure, absolutely 100% sure that people will 3D print their own stands. I would buy one. I will buy one if it's a good quality stand and it looks nicer than the Tomy one. Absolutely, I will buy one. And I'm sure people have already started thinking about it and doing it. And all it takes is honestly just angle the ship up a tad. Not too much, not ridiculously like some of the Eagle Moss ships, but just a tad angled up. And yeah, that would be great. Classic for Real said, if the structural integrity of the Tomy model is a concern, why not just up the inertial dampeners and the structural fields to compensate? That's a brilliant idea. I'll try to break into the bridge and work those little tiny controls with a pin and fix that shit. Sternbound Alk. Saw someone had removed a bunch of the acrylic from the saucer supports, so it is just the vertical support. Frees up a lot of view from the port side. Yeah, I've seen people that have removed both the main support for this, or not the main support, but the stick support for the sensor dome and then the big one. So there's nothing there. Keeping the stick support in might be a good idea. Just to add a little bit of, so yeah, we'll see. Classic for Real. We Travel by Night is yet another Trek-focused sci-fi channel, not necessarily new, but a much smaller one. His videos are kind of trippy and Baker-era Doctor Who way. Okay. We Travel by Night sounds like a vampire show or a vampire movie, honestly. Stern Von Alk, why do the Breen look like Princess Leia's bounty hunter disguise? Good question. I've always wondered that myself. I don't know. Fleet Paw Swiftback, I think there was a Breen in Dead Stop where they're in an automated repair station and Mayweather gets killed. So who took care of the puggies and Dot while you were gone? Was it Quiet? Yeah, Quiet was here the entire time. He took care of the dogs, did a good job, and didn't have to be quiet. He could be as loud as he wanted to be. And also my daughter Cassie swung by a few times to help him out and visit and help with the dogs. So that's who took care of them. Classic for Real. I hear Axanar will be released when San Diego becomes Dan Dago. After Dan's diabolical takeover of the Bay Area. Sorry, couldn't resist. John Walker. The one I am not sure of is the Tagrium Militia from the episode Catwalk. The uniforms look entirely too similar. The double-pronged ships and the fat humans beat them in Enviro suits. Where's this conversation going? It's just like so off the rails right now. Terrence Childs, have you ever watched A Quiet Place 1 and Part 2? No, I have not. Connor Jonathan, the secondary hull slots into the pegs on the base. The mating is secure, but being plastic to metal with no bolts, I wouldn't call it solid. Makes sense. Thanks for ruining everything for me for my unboxing, everybody. I'm just kidding. I've been seeing those videos too and stuff like that, so I really wish I'd have mine in hand so I could do my proper review, but it'll get done eventually as soon as I can logistically get over to pick it up. So Peter Lukaku throws in $5 and says, any juicy details about Prodigy after a few beers with Waltke and Boardman look a lot like Mike from Red Letter Media. Boardman looked like Mike from Red Letter. I never really considered that, but you're kind of right. It was kind of dark there, though, so he doesn't really look much like him, but I could see why you'd say that. And do I have any juicy details about season 3? Nah. I might have seen a screen grab or two from season 2, but other than that, nah. He didn't break any NDAs or reveal anything. So, classic for real. NGL, the tiny Tommy, the model. Oh my God, the model Tommy hired to sit next to the Enterprise model and just sit and smile there is pretty cute. NGL, what the hell is that? SFX 314 Sabretooth Raptor. Did you guys do a mission briefing on the Achilles class starship, the one that was introduced in the Dominion Wars PC games years ago? No, I don't believe we have. Don says, hello, Captain Hill. I hope everyone is well this evening, despite the passing of Richard Roundtree, Richard Mole, and Matthew Perry. You always come in here with the people that died, Don. John Walker, I don't know. I know they had a ship on screen in the first season or two. You can't deny the ship construction. Okay. Clone of Jonathan, wish the batteries could be substituted with an AC power replacement. Removing the primary hull batteries is going to be a pain. I've heard that. And yes, it should have an AC option, 100%. Okay, well, lots to look forward to. Fleet Paw said, yeah, I'll find out tomorrow or the next day if it's getting written off or not. I'll have a rental tomorrow, so it isn't like I'm going to be missing work due to the accident. Damn dear. BJ says, I went back as the same Klingon officer in Wage Jews. Yes, this episode references that episode more than once. You were in that battle with the Packlids? Classic for real. I hear the plastic mating on the Tommy model has to be done very carefully. You don't want the pegs to be too hard and make sure they're properly erect. Feed me Seymour. Boo. Long time no see. Sorry I haven't been on much. That's okay. And yeah, we haven't seen you. Feed me Seymour. Pfft. Or like starve me. See none of. You never show up. What the hell? Good you're here. Fleet Paw. It doesn't appear so. Oh, about the ship. No, I don't think we did. Not gonna lie is what NGL said. Okay, then fucking say that. I hate that when people... I'm gonna go play COD. You're gonna go play with a COD, are you? You're gonna play with a fish? No, Call of Duty. Then just say Call of Duty. Like, don't... That's one of my pet peeves. And people do it all the time. If IIRC, if I recall correctly, I never knew what that meant. It took me, I understand when space is limited on like a tweet or a super chat or something, I get it, but drives me nuts. Feed Me Seymour says, I'm happy that Paramount Plus now has an app on Xbox, so now I can watch Star Trek on my TV. This is for the UK. Nice. Our Fan Geek, are you looking forward to the Henry Cavill Highlander? I am so iffy on all the remakes. They're ruining my childhood, LOL, and I wonder who's going to play Ramirez. Yes, I'm looking forward to the Henry Cavill Highlander. Yes, 100%. How does it ruin your childhood? How as a child growing up with those memories, how do the new things ruin it? Can't you partition it? And these are the new things. They're not as good as what I enjoyed because they were awesome back then. It doesn't go back and ruin your childhood. You still grew up through that I don't understand that saying. But yes, I am looking forward to the new Highlander. Classic for real. Who the F is Richard Roundtree and Richard Mole, and why are they both named Richard? Richard Mole played Bull on Night Court, and has been in a lot of things. He's a big guy. I don't know who Richard Roundtree is, though. So, Feed Me Seymour. We didn't have the app for a while. SFX says, I was thinking it would be interesting to alter the Galaxy class Starship saucer section shuttle bay to house Defiant class starships. At least a couple could be housed in the saucer section. Cool. Feed Me Seymour. See, no one told him life was going to be this way. Fleet Admiral Levi? I can't remember how to pronounce it. Shit. Halloween plans? Handing out candy and watching horror scary movies. No other plans. I might do a walk around the neighborhood. There's a house one crescent over that always does amazing stuff, and they've been featured in some of my past Halloween videos. So, John Walker, sorry Cap, I will try and drink less and come up with more evidence of the Breen and Enterprise next time. Okay. Stern Von Alk, saw someone has already did a mod to the secondary hull to be... Oh, really? I need to do that. They need to do that because I want this thing plugged in. But then how do you power the saucer? Paul Hitchcock, Richard Roundtree played Shaft. Richard Moe played Bull in Night Court and voiced Two-Face in Batman the Animated Series. Why are they both named Richard? It was a style at the time. Peter Lukaku, getting back to the episode. Why Nick, and where are they going with this since there's only one episode left? Kind of a curveball to wrap up the season. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, Nick, but it was a nice touch. It's appreciated. I just hope they don't drop the ball on it, honestly. Sorry, I gotta shift the way I'm sitting. Feed Me Seymour, looking forward to the last season of Star Trek Discovery. I feel it getting closer. Yes. Should be out, I would think maybe March next year. Classic for real. Sorry, Foley, with the acronyms. Also, I can't believe Fleetpaw let my last Tommy comment through. LOL. Ira Fan Geek. Hellraiser 1 and 2 are by far the scariest movies of all time. Was a bit too young when I seen that one. LOL. Fleetpaw. I'm good, Squadron Course. More pissed than anything. I dodged moose all weekend in New Hampshire and Vermont with the coach bus and smacked a freaking deer with my own car at 4:30 this morning. You mean 4:30, don't you? 4:30. What are you, British? Clone of Jonathan. I'm not that adventurous yet. Kyle Swinderman, on a positive note on the Tomy, I think the model overall looks really great. I was actually really impressed in videos that the bridge and shuttle bay detail. Yeah, the shuttles look a little wonky though, and also the non-filming side, should you want to display it that way, this one's the filming side right now, but if you want to display it the other way, which where it's going to be going downstairs, I do want to display it that way. The saucer rim lights don't light up on that side, which is fucking stupid. Anyway, classic for real. The 2009 Star Trek movie ruined my childhood by taking my TOS DVD collection and instantly making all discs blank through some sort of Hollywood black magic. Exactly. That's the only way they can make your childhood, like ruin your childhood. Richard Mole is Bull? Dang. Yes, Mr. Richard Mole was Bull. Stern Von Alk, I haven't even opened the darn box, so I'm not adventurous at all. Feed Me Seymour says Star Trek is a good example of constantly moving forward with the time, new shows all the time, doesn't ruin childhood. Agreed. Mark Lawrence, and Mole voiced Harvey Dent Two-Faced in Batman the Animated Series. Yes. Feed Me Seymour says, how is life in Canada these days? Good. It's getting colder. And the leaves are all falling and it's shitty. I would love being in LA. It was kind of cool in LA, but not too bad. I'm walking around in shorts and a t-shirt, and all the people from LA are bundled up in like track pants and like hoodies. It's like, it's not that cold, guys. It's really nice, actually. So, Don Don says, I'm looking forward to the final season of Discovery as well, yet I won't expect that to be the best of the worst. Best or the worst, to be honest. Classic for Real said, oh dang, Richard Roundtree was Shaft, the original one? Dang, I wasn't even aware he was still alive. Well, exactly, I didn't even know he was still alive either. BJ says, I love playing COD. Much safer to fish off the Grand Banks virtually than be out there in the high seas for real, icebergs and such. Plus, a boatload of cod in Newfoundland and Newfoundlanders is stinky. Eric Martin says, that's cool. Fleet Paw, one of my clients, runs coach buses. Ooh. Don Don says, I'm glad that my Cowboys and my Seahawks were victorious. Oops, missed the earlier comment. What earlier comment, Mark? Feed Me Seymour says, every time someone films a UFO video, I think, wonder where the Federation saucer did a saucer. Wonder why the Federation. Holy shit. Wonder what Federation starship did a saucer separation. There we go. I got it. EPS conduits is fine. That's a fine acronym. Richard Moll voiced the Bat Computer in the 1992 animated series of Batman as well. Fleet Admiral Levi sounds nice. I'd like to. I think it's Levi. It's after the jeans, I think, if I recall correctly. I'd like to get a Star Trek uniform for Halloween some year, but I'd probably just use it for Star Trek Vegas. John Walker says, rest in peace, Bob Hoskins. I love that Mario movie. Ozzy says, hey, no, don't care. Fleet Paw, thanks, Squadra Course. What pissed me off the most is it took me 6 months to find my car. A 13 Outback with manual transmission. I hope they can fix it, but I have some good replacements queued up if they total it. The Trek Viewer, I am hoping they announce Star Trek Legacy soon. That would be great. Feed Me Seymour says, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was amazing for its time. Even to this day on HD, the production of the film is amazing. Don Don also did Emperor Spooge. Spooge, really? And animated Superman and portrayed Mr. Botwick and Kirk Buckets. Okay. Manual transmissions are getting do rare now. Hey, Cap, do you have a favorite time period in Star Trek? TOS era. Don Lewis got started in Kirby, but okay. Before she got cast as Carol Freeman in Lower Decks. Nice. Feed Me Seymour, getting near Christmas. Star Trek Advent Calendar? Yeah, I actually have a Star Trek. It's not an Advent calendar because it's not a countdown to. It's not the 24 days to Christmas. It's a Star Trek Christmas calendar, which has 12. So it's the 12 days of Christmas, which technically starts on Christmas Day and goes to like the 5th of January. And I don't know if I want to do it that way or if I want to do it as a lead up to Christmas. I'll probably do it as a lead up to Christmas because it's only got 12 things in it. So it's not really a real Advent calendar, which kind of pisses me off a little bit. But it got sent to me anonymously by somebody, and it's a pretty pricey one too. So thank you. But I don't know how I'm going to do it. Do I do 12 Days of Christmas starting on Christmas Day? I think that's kind of silly, but... Ira Fan Geek, you guys have to admit some of these remakes are bogus, though. Yeah, some of them are not the best, but they're new takes on things, and it's fine. Just take them for what they are. Sabertooth Raptor, what are the top 5 Federation starships you'd love to see on screen that have not actually been on screen? It can be mentioned in the shows and games or fan-made. The Foley class. The Federation class Dreadnought, although we did kind of see them in Picard Season 3 is a little... Did they work on screen, kind of? Other than that, I don't fucking know. I better say the USS Horizon, the Horizon class. That's Sam's ship, so I should say that. Feed Me Seymour said, from England, if there is one thing we know, it's the cold, wet weather. Fleet Pal said, what was it out in LA this time of year? About 20 degrees, maybe 15 on a cooler night. Yeah, it was above 20 degrees most days. I think it was maybe around 15 one or two mornings. It was a little cool in the morning, but that junk man says I just hit the like button. Do you? Thanks, junk man. Stern Von Out. Cod is good, but I prefer haddock. Ira Fan Geek. What's the scariest Star Trek episode you guys should do one on that? I like The Next Generation Schisms. I believe it's called the one where everyone turns into a monster on the Enterprise War Space. No, that one's called... That's not Schisms. Schisms is the one with the clicky monsters. I forget what that other one's called. The Vulcan zombie one's a good one. Yeah. Kale Swinterman. I wonder if anyone will die in Lower Decks finale next week or if we get more cameos. Well, I think we'll get more cameos. Are you sure it's not a Cylon base ship? Feed Me Seymour says, on the first day of Christmas, the Federation issued me a Picard on the Enterprise. Sorry, I'll do that properly. On the first day of Christmas, the Federation issued me... Doesn't really work. A Picard on the Enterprise. Squadron course. EPS conduits to power the saucer from... Oh, gotcha. Yes. Subaru CVTs are junk in anything before 18 and 19 year model year. Classic for real. Roger Rabbit is an amazing film, but let's talk about the best part. Mrs. Rabbit. Oh yes, Jessica. Mm-hmm. Classic for real. Roger Rabbit is an amazing film. Oh, why did I read that twice? Because Jessica Rabbit. Who was cooler, Duncan McNeil or Connor McLeod? This is the very, very important question. Definitely Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod. Fleet Paw, Jessica Rabbit, my first crush. She had a great ass at. Classic for real said, wait, someone here in this chat also watched Disneyx back in the day? I remember Kirby Buckets. Jessica Rabbit changed my life. Yes. Eric Martin saw a video today of Shatner and Gorn playing a Star Trek video game and then doing a famous fight, and they have to keep stopping because they're getting out of breath. Pretty funny. Yeah, it's an old video, but yeah, it's a funny one for sure. Sounds like your pugs are having a hell of a dream. They're just happy we're back. That junk man, I never watched DS9. Well, more than the first 2 seasons. Should I try it again? Be honest. Fuck yes. It doesn't get good until season 3. So if you only watch the first 2 seasons, of course you have a bad opinion of it. I didn't watch Deep Space Nine for a long time because I kept seeing the shitty episodes too. Once you watch it, you're going to realize that it's probably your favorite Star Trek. But you got to get through those first 2 seasons. If you start with season 3, the beginning, speaking English would be good. If you start with the beginning of season 3, watch all the way through, you don't really need seasons 1 and 2. But you can go back and visit them if you want. But since you've already watched them, you're good. Just start at season 3. Squadron Course. Personally, I'd take Holly over Jessica Rabbit. Hollywood. Peter, Holly was great. If I had to pick, that's really tough. Yeah, I'd probably pick Hollywood as well. Peter the Caco, $5. You have so much memorabilia. Are you planning to do another mystery prize giveaway anytime soon? Wasn't planning on it, but I have a bunch of stuff available for a mystery box giveaway. Yes. We should probably do one on one of our lives at some point. It'd be fun. Fleet Admiral Levi. It's been a 60 to 70s Fahrenheit, so I don't know what that translated to Celsius. Here in LA, it's been fresh out. Luckily, 24 equals 12 every second day, so it might be possible to do 12 days till Christmas Day every other day. That might work. Feed Me Seymour. Frasier sequel series is really good. It has that wholesome feel of the original charm. Classic for real. Also, do you know the 10 to 14 Outbacks are literally the ugliest cars ever made, right? Oh my god. Fleet Pa loved the tits. That's what she loved. What he loved about Jessica Rabbit. Massive titties. Classic for real. I blame Jessica Rabbit for making me attracted to my garbage redhead ex-fiance. Oof. Kyle Slenderman. How was Doug doing in LA? Just listened to a Shuttlepod interview that dropped today. Such a cool guy. He's doing very well. Very well. It was a nice visit with him. Visit with him for about 2.5 hours. And it was awesome. Fleet Pa. Shh. Classic for real. She can hear you. It's not ugly, just different. Classic for real. Subaru was making a lot of cars different in that era. Which Daedalus class starship would you prefer to see on screen? What do you mean, which Daedalus class? I don't even know the names of them offhand, so I couldn't tell you. That Junkman, is it true TNG episode Sub Robot Rose is the best episode of Star Trek, or was I lied to? You were absolutely 1000% lied to. On the first day of Christmas, Starfleet issued me a Picard on the Enterprise E. That's better. Starfleet works better than Federation in the rhythm. Yes. Federation is clunky. Yes. Classic for real. Who's cooler, Duncan MacLeod, Connor MacLeod, or Robert Duncan McNeil, or Colonel O'Neill, or Colonel O'Neill with just one L? Wow. Out of all those, I'd have to go with Colonel O'Neill with one L. BJ said, I thought most of DS9 was pretty good. DS9 is still probably the best Trek physically possible. Yep. John Walker, Jessica Rabbit was actually based on a real lounge singer whose face was disfigured from World War I, and that's why her hair was covering half her face. Fleet Pa, seasons 1 and 2 of DS9 had some good episodes. There were some we could have done without, but I enjoyed 1 and 2 personally. I enjoy them now, but if you're... There's some stuff there that I wouldn't recommend to somebody that's not a Star Trek fan already, though. So... The Junkman, who is hotter, Jessica Rabbit or Olive Oil? Jessica Rabbit, for sure. Classic for real, 60 to 70 Fahrenheit equals 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. Sure. John Walker, not sure on the facts, but I know she was based on a real person. Yeah, it sounds familiar. I think I've heard that as well. So, Ozzy, season 3, episode 1, Cisco bringing the Defiant to the station. Yeah, that's where the show gets good. Eric Martin, wasn't that TNG episode Genesis or something like that? Yeah, I think it was called Regenesis, I think it was called Regenesis. That's the one where they all mutate into things. Peter Lukaku, $5. Is there anything you bought out in LA that you brought back with you? I got a lot of stuff. It's all in the video. I got something really cool I got that I was going to actually have in this video tonight, but I forgot to bring it upstairs. So I got a couple things. I'm not going to say it right now, but I got some cool stuff. It's at the end of the video, of the trip video, so you guys can see the stuff we bought. But yes, I did get some cool stuff. Fleet Admiral Levi. Oh, I miss Stargate. I know. That Junkman, did you have or had any of the Galoob Star Trek TNG toys? I don't have many. I have a few of the Galoob things. Never really got into them. Had more Playmate stuff. But the Galoob stuff, not so much. Wouldn't mind getting some stuff, but... Fleet Pa, I still have to finish writing the Trekyards shanty. I got to verse 2, but there needs to be a few more lines added to it. Well, I would love to sing it when you're done. Classic for real. Oh snap, Jessica Rabbit is based on a real person named Vicky Dugan. That's what Google tells me. Also a little Veronica Lake in there too. I'm not going to comment on that. Ira Fan Geek, DS9 was definitely made for adults. I like it more more when I watched it as an adult. Yeah. Well, then Junkman might not like it. Sorry, Junkman. Classic for real. DS9 gets good almost literally the moment we see the new character step onto the station for the first time. Worf, son of Mo. Yes. Absolutely. The best way to deal with Klingons is with a Klingon. Kyle Swinderman. My mom started watching Trek for the first time ever with my father, who's a super fan, and she loved DS9 almost more than TNG. Yeah. Eric Martin, $5. Drink some Fanta, LOL. I do need to drink some Fanta. Actually, my mouth is really dry. How did you know, Eric? Fanta. Classic for real. I remember when I was a freshman in high school, my friends and I would use balsa bits to make our own starships in the same scale as the Galoob stuff. Nice. The Trek reviewer. Do you agree with me that Lon Noonien Singh is the most complete security tactical officer we have seen in Trek so far? Most complete security officer. Besides Malcolm Reed, yes. I think I like La'an more. But yeah, I see why you're saying that. So I would say yes. John Walker, Captain Foley, have you ever heard of the SCP universe? You should check out the Sedition episodes where they talk to God. SCP. Don't know what SCP means, so. Ira Fan Geek. I have an ex-redhead baby's mama, LOL. Jessica Rabbit had her influence on a lot of us. That Junkman, is it true the A-Team was on an episode of DS9? No. Eric Martin, redheads are certainly feisty. Indeed they are. Classic for real. Is La'an being the most complete security officer supposed to be code for something? Like how the Tony Enterprise gets... I think the Tony Enterprise pegs need to be at the proper hardness and erect. Peter the Caco, $5. What was the best food you tried out in LA? Best food I tried. Gotta be honest. Jack in the Box Ultimate Cheeseburger is really good. So is In-N-Out Burger. Oh my god. Very good. Other than that, food-wise, just had, like, I don't know, nothing very LA inspired. So, good question. I don't know if I have an answer. Secure, contain, protect. Classic for real. It's true, exactly. One member of the A-Team was on a bunch of TNG stuff. Well, yeah. That'd be Mad Murdoch. Dwight Schultz. He played Barclay. So, yeah. Fleet Pal, La'an is definitely better as a security officer than Worf. Nan was pretty good as well, with how little we saw her. Oh yeah, Nan, I forgot all about her. Yummy. Ira Fan Geek, you guys got to hear Picard Make It So. Christmas song on YouTube. It's a masterpiece. I've heard it. It's good. Yes. Make it so, make it so, make it so. Did you climb Vasquez Rocks? Sylvia climbed up a little bit. There's some video of that. But she also had a really sore ankle at the time. And considering we were at 2 theme parks on the previous 2 days, didn't think it was a good idea to climb up there because there's some loose gravel and stuff. And it's just kind of sketch in a few spots. I didn't want her falling. She didn't want to fall and hurt herself. So no, we didn't climb all the way up to the top. Should we have? Maybe. Maybe we'll do that next time when she's feeling better. That's kind of the plan that we went with. It wasn't worth it considering that her ankle was bothering her. So And also her hip still wasn't 100% from before we had left, so. Fleet Pal, no, 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 absolutely not Ira Fan Geek. I hate that with a passion. Squadra Course, SCP is like global organization that collects dangerous tech and magic stuff and beings. Secure, contain, protect. It's basically a lot darker version of Warehouse 13, but with creatures and artifacts. And what is it from, though? What is that from? Peter Lukaku, is In-N-Out Burger overhyped? No, I don't think they are. They are very good, and their fries are awesome. Their fries are fresh cut there, and they taste so good. So no, I would say they are not overhyped. Classic for real. I have a feeling my Tony Enterprise peg jokes are making Fleet Paw not wonder as much as to how my redhead fiance became my ex. That junk man said, "How close is The Rock from LA? I was just in LA. Oh my god, why didn't I go?" What is the best Abrams Trek movie? Star Trek Beyond, easily. Vasquez Rocks is about an hour drive from like the Glendale area of LA. So 40 minutes to an hour, not far. Fleet Paw said Star Trek Beyond as well, yeah. That Junkman, agree, but I do like the first one. First one's fun. It's a fun action sci-fi movie. It's just not Star Trek. It's really good sci-fi, but it's really bad Star Trek. So, classic for real. SCP is basically a crowdsourced fan thing. No one's really sure what started it. I heard Warehouse 13 is directly inspired by it. Eric Martin says, I like the first 09 JJ movie. The Trek Reviewer. I was looking up La'an the other day, and I did not realize her actor is 40, and the girl that played her as a kid is her real daughter. Wow, that's cool. Don says, oh yes, my number one Kelvin movie, referring to Beyond, at least from my viewpoint. Yeah, it's the best out of the three, for sure. Kyle Swinderman, best pickup line I used in LA College was when I asked the girl out to dinner at In-N-Out, and she said she wasn't hungry, so I said, what about the In-N-Out then? It worked and was glorious. I know, I made a few In-N-Out jokes while we were there too. Fleet Paw says, you're like my super chatty coworker, classic for real. I pay attention to about a third of what she says. John Walker, sorry, Captain Foley, SCP can't be described, only experienced. It's its own thing. Ah, well, here I am, not experiencing it. And my life is the worse for it, I'm sure. Peter the Caco, did you look for bamboo and gunpowder lying around randomly at Vasquez? Yes, I did. Did not find any. I even do a captain's log from there. One legendary captain, one legendary rock, together. It's funny. You'll have to watch the video. That junk man. Should I tell the captain I liked Into Darkness? Oh, wait. What if he reads this and finds out I liked it? It's fine if you liked it. It's, again, it's a really fun popcorn summer action movie. It's really good. It's a good action movie. It's just shit Star Trek and should not have had Khan in it. John Harrison, my name is Khan. And Kirk could be like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is Khan? Replace Khan with anybody else would have been a much better movie. Anyway. Fleet Paw said, were there 6 foot tall lizards? Were there 6 foot tall lizards at Vasquez? I guess you'll have to watch and find out. We might have saw one at the top. I don't know. Classic for real. I'm reading the IMDb bio of La'an's daughter now, and it makes it sound like La'an's kind of a Disney mom. Squadron Course. I want to see SCP crossover with Backrooms. Oh, Backrooms is creepy. John Walker. Best pickup line is, hey, heavy penguins. Hey, heavy penguin. Why? What? John Walker also says, figured it's the easiest way to break the ice. Heavy penguins. That's funny. My favorite pickup line is, if you were a booger, I'd pick you first. Fleet Admiral Levi. I joined SCP Foundation today, actually. LOL. Nice. Classic for real. Into Darkness was a movie made shittier by external circumstances, including Abrams lying directly to the fandom about Khan. It's not Khan. Trust me, it's John Harrison. All right? That's the bad guy's name, John Harrison. Correct? But not? Yeah. Peter Lukaku, did you have a drink with Raffi in her shitty trailer at Vasquez? Was she drunk? She must have not paid the mortgage, and they came and confiscated it, towed it away, because it wasn't there. Kyle Swinderman, I will say Into Darkness looks really good visually. Yes, it does. Fleetpaw, was snakeweed consumed? There was a lot of snakeweed there. Just saying, none was consumed. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'll tell you later, Fleetpaw. Eric Martin, have you seen the clip where JJ is on the Jon Stewart show and says he didn't like Star Trek because he got too philosophical? Yeah, and Jon Stewart's like, oh, I'm sorry, I stopped paying attention. You said you didn't like Star Trek. Yeah, yeah. Jon Stewart was saying what all the fans were saying. He should not have been anywhere near that franchise. Just put the franchise down, JJ, and back away. It's not your thing. Don't touch it. Yeah. Classic for real. I'm a big fan of Star Trek. J.J. Abrams during the announcement he was directing the 2009 movie. Ah, yes. Money will make you say and do strange things. And nepotism is great. That you get a job because you know people, or you're related to people, or you know people. Yeah. Of course you say things like that. It's like all the Star Trek actors at every interview. Oh yeah, I love Star Trek growing up. I used to watch it all the time with my dad. Who's your favorite character? Spock. Spock's my favorite character. Really, why? I don't know. It's just the ears and, he's so like alien and logical. Yeah, they've never seen fucking Star Trek, or they've seen it and never fucking cared. And so for the press junket, they say things like that. It's fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. It makes me mad. And fuck them. To say, I've never really been a fan, but I'm really digging what we're doing here. I've watched some stuff leading into this to try to do some research. I think there's some really cool stuff there. Don't lie. Don't lie and say you're a Star Trek fan when you're not. J.J. Abrams has proven that he shouldn't be allowed near any franchise. Fleet Admiral Levi, I haven't liked it. I would have liked if Into Darkness explored the consequences of the Nibiru conflict. And it's an Abrams movie, so that's never going to happen. Phoebe Seymour says, 12 Borgs retreating, 11 Klingons sleeping, 10 forwards Guinan, 9 warping factors, 8 live-action series, 7 Borgs of nining, 6 weeks of waiting, 5 golden years. For the Wrath of Khan, 3 Vulcan actors, 2 Mirror versus Anna Picard on the Enterprise. That's great. The Trek Reviewer and JJ, please take Kurtzman with you. They should both get in a shuttle together. Squadron Course. The JJ films are basically just huge ships in a series of cool visuals with no effort put into the plot, characters, or respecting canon. I did like the music, though. Yes, the music was the best part of the 2009 and subsequent films. The music was fucking phenomenal. Classic for real. Oh yeah, I love Star Trek. Spock's a great character. Margot Robbie, I'm pretty sure at some time. Fleetpaw, JJ is good with new franchises that he helped create. Keep him away from existing ones. Yeah. Peter Lukaku, is there a favorite Halloween episode of Trek that you like? Not the stupid Crusher getting molested by a ghost episode. Yeah, the Enterprise one with the can't remember the title, but with the zombie Vulcans. Also, Cat's Paw is pretty good if you want a Halloween one. There are a few. We had a list last year of our favorite Halloween themed episodes of Star Trek, or scary episodes, if you will. Schisms with the aliens that abduct people in their sleep with the clickies. Yeah, can't think of any other ones offhand. John Walker says, I swear this would be a $20 question if I had it, but what do you think about South Park's Pandaverse special? I haven't seen it, so I don't know what you're talking about. Squadron Course, I agree. Fringe is great. How did he screw up Trek so badly? Oh, I don't know. I think probably because he never was a Star Trek fan. The things he liked about Star Trek that made Star Trek things he didn't like about Star Trek that made Star Trek, like the philosophical nature of it, the more in-depth adult stories, he didn't get. He wasn't actiony enough like Star Wars. So, of course, he just turned Star Trek into Star Wars. And, yeah. Earth says, one TOS Enterprise and a Christmas in a pine tree. Star Trek the Musical. Admiral Levi, Fringe was run by better writers. He stepped off that show after the pilot, I believe. I wouldn't know. Eric Martin, I've decided I'd rather see Cap lift his shirt rather than sing. LOL. That's not very nice. Squadron Course. I thought he was on Fringe till the end. Phoebe Seymour, I'd go to the theater if they did a Star Trek musical where the cast performs songs, but they change between different series. So it goes from Kirk to Janeway. Kyle Swinderman, Impulse is very good for Halloween. That's the one. From Enterprise with the zombie Vulcans. Fun fact, Terry Matalas wrote that episode. Dun, 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 dun. Classic for real, 12 shuttles exploding. 12 shuttles exploding. 11 phaser settings. 10 Enterprise going. 9.9 warping. 8 lower deckers decking. 7 pinups. 6 nacelles glowing. 5 transporter rings. 4 Data's dancing. 3 EMH hollowing. 2 Kirk's fighting. And a JJ, please take your spin with you. Holy shit, that was a lot. Yeah, that was a mouthful. Didn't work. Same cast, but they just dress the next series of Star Trek between seasons. Okay. I hear the sound of the Pugacus Prinskins. Yes, they're sleeping on each other now, so. Dan Badger, $10. Just because you awesome cat. Thank you, Dean. Did I say Dan? Dean Badger, thank you. Urs says, was Food Yards on already, or is it still coming up? Somebody tried by asking me what the best food was in LA. Squadron Course, it's funny that JJ failed to make Star Wars into Star Wars after he failed to make Star Trek into Star Wars. SFX Sabretooth Raptor. If you were a 24th century Starfleet captain and were allowed to pick your own starship rather than assigned it, which ship would you take? The time period is 2373. So, I don't know the years for TNG, but I assume that's around TNG time. I'd take the Galaxy class, hands down. Easy answer. Boom. Yeah, snore about it, why don't you? Food Trek, where no burger has gone before. Peter Lukaku, $5. Thank you so much, guys, for the super chats. Trekyards should do a bloopers compilation for all the years for the 10th anniversary. I would die. Yes, we should. We should have done bloopers many times over the years. Sam never wants to do them, so we've got so many great bloopers, but that's a lot of work going through all that footage to find them. John Walker's 7 Spocks of Spocking. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions says, Episode 7 was the most enjoyable of the sequel trilogy. Niggle. But, my God, do the ships of Rose and Tiljal rock, in my opinion. Yeah, it's not gonna lie, but God, the ships of Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi. Gotcha. Fleetpaw, Night Terrors is good for Halloween. Schisms, The Haunting of Deck 12, Empok Nor, Dramatis Personae. Yeah, those are all great. Squadron Course, saw a Mirror Spock meme today that said, live strong and conquer. Classic for real. Sam doesn't want to do bloopers because he can't tell a blooper from a real take. Yeah. Feed Me Seymour says, with Star Trek Discovery ending, would we expect a new Star Trek series to take its place with Picard, Discovery, and Strange New Worlds? Kind of, it feels like that era of TNG, DS9, and Voyager was on. Well, if everybody gets their way, we'll have Legacy. Don't forget, we still have the Starfleet Academy show coming in. And the Section 31 movie. So there are replacements lined up, at least one with the Starfleet Academy show. And then, of course, maybe Legacy? I don't know. Urs says, and one con, it's very cold in space. Prodigy is post-Voyager. Yes, it is. Is that the era we were talking? I would still probably take a Galaxy-class ship. They'd be older, but they're still fucking awesome ships. And Fleetpaw wants to fuck Starfleet Academy. La'an was in Doctor Who? What? La'an is also a very good singer and has a few albums. Yes, she is a good singer. She's got a wonderful pair of lungs on her, as was shown in the fairy tale episode of Strange New Worlds. Ah, the sounds of pugs. How I've missed you. Eric Martin, never have to guess what Fleetpaw is thinking. Classic Real said, not literally La'an, her actor was in... I'm well aware of that, yes. I'm not stupid. Well, I mean, I might be, but not in this instance. Again, which Doctor Who is she in? Maybe I've seen it. Fleet Admiral Levi, the TNG era is my era, but I write too many alternate histories set in that 2370s so I can have my cake and eat it too. Squadron Course would be interesting if they ended Prodigy by sending the kids to the Academy as the cast of the new Academy show. That would be cool, but they're not going to do that because the Academy show is set in the future. Classic for real. I've been to enough of these lives to just automatically filtering the pugs out. Thank you. That's good. I don't know which Doctor Who. IMDb just says La'an was in Doctor Who. Look up the actress, go through her filmography, find Doctor Who, click the info button, and find out which episode. Defiant Mystery Productions. Every time I see Star Trek KV... fourth movie post on Facebook, etc. I'm like, Facebook, you owe me $1,000. Yeah. Peter the Caco, if there's going to be a new protostar, and is there going to be a new protostar in the new season of Prodigy? It's a rumor. There won't be a new protostar. Well, there'll be a new one because they're rebuilding it. They're rebuilding it at the end of season 1. It's not launched yet, and it's still under construction, as we saw from the clip from season 2, where they're going to the Voyager A. Now, did Aaron have anything to say about some of that stuff? Maybe. But I'll never tell because that would be bad. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. John Walker, 7 Spocks a spot. Oh, okay, here we go. 6 Kirks a Kirking, 5 Orion slaves, 4 ships boldly going, 3 transports, 2 pugs a snoring, and a nerd waiting in the wings. Eric Martin, I wish La'an would let her hair down. Looks better and it gives me a headache. She does look better with her hair down, 100%. Uri says, after Star Trek Discovery, we will have Star Trek Recovery. Discovery Anonymous. That's funny. Fleet Pa, I like Tilly, but 1, she's not a strong enough character yet to lead a series. 2, what could an Academy show do that would further the series? And 3, why stay in the 32nd century? Okay. Tilly, not strong enough a character to lead a series. I don't think she'd be leading the series, but she'd be one of the leads. There'd be more added, but she wouldn't focus specifically on her, first of all. 2, what would an Academy show do that further the series? Teach us about the future, the 32nd century that they're in, because we haven't fucking heard anything. Where are the Klingons? What happened to the Borg? Blah, 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 all the questions everybody's had. That'll answer them. And why stay in the 32nd century? Easy. So they can reuse all the sets from Discovery, because Discovery's been canceled. And instead of throwing those in the garbage and wasting production value, they're just going to use them on a future show and redress them. That's why. Classic for real. La'an was in season 6, episode 11. A good man goes to war. There, I can follow directions now. Good. Well, there you go. Fleet Admiral Levi. I think Doctor Who is the only sci-fi franchise I've struggled getting into. Yeah, me too. Classic for real. I think we should do a poll. Is having a Star Trek show in the 32nd century literally the biggest mistake in Trek history? No, I don't think so. I think it's a good idea, as long as it's done right. Again, if all these things are done properly, I have no issues with them. Patrick says, what bothers me about the movie era ships is the visible weapons. They should be retractable into the hull. Size of the ships bother me. Ships should be a bit bigger, not Kelvin size, but yeah. Eric Martin, I hope they don't throw away the Disco Bridge flamethrowers. Those were personal favorite of mine. I think they did. I think they used them for one episode and then ditched them because they were garbage. But Cal Swinderman, I haven't watched Disco since season 2. How important do you think it is to watch those 2 seasons if you want to check out the next? How important do you think it is to watch those 2 seasons if you want to check it out? So you haven't watched it since season 2. So you're asking how important is it to watch seasons 1 and 2 to get to the future stuff? Not really that important. The real Star Trek 12 Days of Christmas song would be 12 sets redressed, 11 sets redressed, 10 sets redressed. You get the point. Squadron Course. Will the Academy training ship's bridge have flamethrowers? Possibly. Trekking through the snow. 101, Enterprise at war. Watch over the clean ship. Classic for real. Might as well be a completely different show so you don't have to. Sean O'Neill says, hit that like button. Please do. Cal Swinderman, no, I mean watching after season 2. Haha, I haven't seen seasons 3 or 4. Is it important to watch seasons 3 and 4? No. Should you watch seasons 3 and 4? Yeah, I say yes. It's still Star Trek. I say watch it. Check it out. Make your own mind up. Don't listen to what anybody else says. Just go watch it and see if you like it. There's a lot of elements that I like in Discovery, even though as a cohesive piece, I'm not really the biggest fan. But there's a lot of things I like. A lot of character moments I like. A lot of sets. A lot of ships. A lot of, characters, people, actors. There's a lot I like in Discovery. Just as a complete package, it lacks a little bit of Star Trek for me. So that's where I stand with that. But make up your own mind. Didn't mean to be redundant. I'm on my phone, so typing is slow. Disco season 3 or 4 are literally a different show from season 1 and 2. Yes, it's how Discovery should have just started. Just started in the future, and we would have been like, that's fine now. seasons 3 and 4 will give you an idea of what's going on in 5. I would say, I think so, yes. Peter the Caco, we still don't have an explanation for Calypso. That was such a piss off. Yeah, that was the best one, too. Oh. There are ways they could do it. They could still do it. They could still do something with that, but... Classic Frio said, not gonna lie, I like Disco Season 1. Cool. Yeah, I liked a lot about it as well. But I had to, like... just say it's the Discoverse. It's a different fucking universe. Boom. That solves almost everything. It just makes it more watchable. So, yeah. There's a lot I like about Season 1. Squadron Course. Didn't mean to rude... Oh, never mind. Fuck. Not saying my opinions of Star Trek Discovery, I would get too mad at haters. All I can say is I loved it and is way I love it and is way too overhated. And that is the Cliff Notes version of it. Callus Winderman, after season 2, was really burnt out with it, lol. Perhaps I will check season 3 and 4 once Lower Decks is finished. Might be a good idea considering that season 5 is coming up, so... Squadron Course. I'm not as disco fan, but the visual effects are nice. That's true. Urs says, I am off. Have a good night, Cap. See you on a future live stream. See you later, Urs. Thank you for coming. Please, Admiral Levi. Yeah, disco could have saved a lot of heartache by starting in the 32nd century. Yep. 100%. Classic for real. Disco probably had the first dramatic show retool I can at least immediately recall to mind. Same here, except it got burned out in the middle of season 3. Jeremy JK says, In and Out is very LA. Good to know. Good to know. It was good. It started in LA. Well, there you go. Eric Martin, when Critical Drinker calls Berman Space Jesus, it makes me laugh. Funny guy. That's all I've got for now. That's all I've got. Go away now. Classic for real. Oh, hey, we have an In and Out in the Midwest now. Nice. That is awesome. All right, guys. I'm probably going to call it. I'm getting tired. But, yeah. This was a good episode. I can't wait to see part 2. Bringing in Nick Locarno was a nice touch. It just came out of nowhere, but that's all right. And, food. 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 No Fleetpaw. Mariner's connection to the Lower Deckers from the episode Lower Deck was nice, but again, doesn't explain her stupidity, in my opinion, at all. But hey, it was a good episode, and I think we'll probably be doing our live complete breakdown and review tomorrow, but it might be Tuesday. Depends on Sam. I think he's got a dentist appointment tomorrow, so I'm not sure how he's going to be feeling. But we'll see. We'll see. Stay tuned and make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any notifications from YouTube should they decide to send you notifications for things. But yeah, we'll have a complete breakdown. Don't worry. Peter the Caco, $5. I think season 5 of Discovery Story will work to erase itself from history. That would be awesome. I don't think they're willing to do that though, because then they admit that their show is a failure essentially. I don't think they're going to do that. But if they did, oh my God, that'd be amazing. I was very proud of getting to the end of the chat. I do it occasionally. I like that they gave us a reason for why Mariner is how she is. Yes, Squadron Course, but it doesn't explain how she is. If Ensign was fine for my friend, then it's fine for me. The only reason Ensign was fine for your friend is because that's when she died, you dumbass. She probably wanted to be a captain. She wanted to shoot up through the ranks. This mission would have accomplished that at least. She might have got a promotion right away after this mission for doing such a dangerous mission and doing a good job. She didn't want to be an ensign and die as an ensign. Mariner, you're missing the point. Yeah. Mariner went bass backwards for a few episodes, but I think I'm going to have a good resolution arc. Yeah. I love that you say bass backwards as well. I say that all the time. It makes people laugh. But my dad always said it, so it's funny. What can I say? Anyhow, I'm going to let you guys go. We'll catch you guys later, probably tomorrow, if not Tuesday. And don't worry, this week's schedule coming up, like the end of the week for the finale, will be the same. It'll be, the first reaction will be on Thursday, and then our live breakdown on Friday. So until then, I'm Captain Foley. Those are the pugs. Thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry we didn't talk very much about the episode, but that's it's just a hangout. You talk about what you guys want to talk about. So anyway, thank you again. Live long and prosper, guys. I'll see you soon.